everyone, so the first thing I'm doing is taking the Wet n Wild Photofocus eyeshadow primer. I've popped some of this on the back of my hand, picked up some on my brush, and now I'm applying the product to the eye. This stops me from over applying the primer, which would actually be counterproductive, as the brush naturally soaks up some of the product. So I'm doing this so the shadows stay all day long and pop nicely. Now I'm taking this palette from Wet n Wild. It's very similar to the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just beginning by taking the transition shade at the top of the palette. As you can see, it's a much cooler toned one than the one down below, and I'm taking this on a fluffy blending brush, sweeping it back and forward into the crease of the eye, right up above the eyelid. And then I'm taking a small bullet shaped brush and I'm adding that same shadow down along the lower lash line, just wriggling my brush from outer to inner corner and sweeping it up onto the lid to make sure the shadow connects with the shadow above so that we have a nice rounded appearance to the eyes. Now I'm taking this deep brown shadow on a flat C-shaped brush, and I'm using a brush like this because it's flat and somewhat dense, so it's really going to pack the shadow onto the lid, which we want. We want a nice opaque finish to the lid, so I'm taking my time with this, patting and pressing the shadow onto the lid and then slightly sweeping it to make sure that it fades nicely. And I like to add a few layers of this shadow to make sure that I have a nice even coverage. Going back in with a fluffy brush now, I've dabbed my brush into the brown, picked up a little more of that product. Now I'm blending in the area between my crease and my lid to connect those two shadows so they fade nicely into one another. Now I'm taking the bullet shaped brush again, deepening up that lower lash line, and I've been a bit more careful with this shade because it's darker colour, and naturally the darker the shadow, the more of a mess it's going to make if it falls down onto the cheeks. Then I'm taking this single shadow from Pennies. It's called Carbon and it costs a whopping euro. I picked up some of this shadow on a flat C-shaped brush again, beginning by patting this into the lash line on the outer third of the lid, and then I'm making my way across the lash line to the inner corner of the eye. I want it darkest at the outer corner, so I'm dabbing what's left then across the eye, and I'm also taking that black just up into the crease on the outer third. Then I'm taking an angled brush so I can get right in at that lash line, and I'm adding the black once again, this time just the outer portion of the eye, and then I'm using a bullet shaped brush again to soften the edges and to fade it into the brown that I applied there previously. For the waterline, I'm using this black kohl pencil from Collection, and I find lining the waterline a bit of a nuisance. My eyes water and I nearly cry off the product as I'm applying it. So what I like to do is to get the liner on there any which way. If my eyes have watered, I let them clear and then I add a little more liner, and then I tap some black eyeshadow over the top of the liner. If I couldn't get the kohl pencil as black as I wanted, the eyeshadow actually intensifies it, and it also stops the pencil from fading as quickly too. Now I'm pressing the black into the upper lash line to give the appearance of fuller lashes. It defines the lash line, makes the lashes then look thicker, and it also hides the lash band of the false lashes that I'll be applying in a moment. My favourite part now is the glitter. If you want to add some glitter but you don't want the hassle or the mess of trying to add a glitter glue and then a pigment or a loose glitter, get yourself a glitter liner. As you can see, I'm literally just adding a few swipes of this across the lid. Don't have to worry about fallout, it's very quick, easy to apply. So I apply it with the brush and then I tap over the top with my finger to make sure that I have a nice even coating of the glitter on the lid. Then I'm using this golden champagne shade to add a little bit of a highlight around the tear duct of my eye, and then I'm also adding it underneath the brow bone as well. Then I've added some of the SOSU lashes and I'm now blending my own lashes in with the false ones with the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara, and then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and easy to follow. If you did, please let me know by giving me a comment and subscribing for more tutorials, and I will catch you all soon.